Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I would like to apologize for not putting anything up this weekend. I'm going to try to get more on a regular schedule of reviews. Trust me, I'm disappointed that I didn't get anything this weekend, but hopefully that will change. So last Sunday the Academy Awards were held. Trust me, I didn't bother to watch because there is nothing really that I cared about the Academy Awards this year. Of course though, for Best Documentary, O.J. Simpson Made in America won. Now, of course, one of the other nominees was 13th, and if O.J. Made in America was not nominated, 13th would have won. But I'd like to present to you another film, and just in case that if O.J. Made in America or 13th had not been nominated, this would probably have won. And this film is called I Am Not Your Negro, and that, says the title. This is directed by Raoul Peck, and it's written by Peck and James Baldwin, although Baldwin has been dead for nearly 30 some odd years. Now, this is based on an unfinished manuscript by Baldwin. It was written in the 70s. He had written about 30 pages of it. This was going to be called Remember This House. Now, this thing is out on paperback. It's called I Am Not Your Negro. I think it's based on those 30 pages plus the screenplay itself, the form, something. So this book, if it was ever going to be published, was based off the lives of Medgar, Malcolm X, and MLK, and this was about his personal experiences with all three of them, and basically how the fact is none of these people made it to their 40s, and the narration, in his own words, is done by Samuel L. Jackson, and considering the fact is we have another voice of God that is not Morgan Freeman. Of course, goes beyond what Baldwin had originally viewed, and basically what he does here is and I show you a close of him going on the Dick Cavett show when Dick Cavett was actually couth, where it's or yes, people actually did smoke on talk shows. How at one point on one of these shows that he says to Dick Cavett, when a white man says give me liberty or give me death, he's considered a great hero. When a black man says it, oh dear, we need to put this black man down. They also show him speaking at Cambridge, in which basically says understand the story of the black man is the story of America, basically. Yes, film does breathe sort of through Medgar Evers' calls for activism, and the one basically says, hey look, Evers was lucky, he died first. That Malcolm X had called for violence, and King was for peace. Of course, Baldwin doesn't favor either Evers, Malcolm, or King, although he sort of uses it as the fact that, you can see the intertwining of King and Malcolm, although, the end points are radically different. There's also correspondence from the FBI that shows up on the screen, the text shows up on the screen that says, hey, look, this guy here, he's homosexual, he's a danger, threat to national security, or pretty much into the 50s, and sort of in the very early 60s, Baldwin's lived in France. Baldwin then decided to go back to America to see what can be done here. Of course, Medgar Evers died first, then Malcolm X, and then King, and then, of course, he was writing the script for a Malcolm X movie, and he wanted Billy D. Williams to play Malcolm X, of all things, when he got the phone call that says, oh yeah, Malcolm's been shot, and he was thinking to himself, okay, he's been shot, he's not dead here, folks. Baldwin was an oddly pessimistic fellow, if you can believe it. Could he have foreseen the presidency of Barack Obama? No, but then, could he have, he probably couldn't have foreseen, Ferguson or the Black Lives Matter that came after the presidency of Barack Obama. Whites from the North had a different viewpoint of whites from the South, basically, or, whites, rich white elitists fully couldn't understand what the blacks were talking about. It's he didn't really get the church experience as well. I guess Baldwin also does like the John Wayne films, because then he goes after the Indians. He did have a good viewpoint of some of his teachers, basically, here. Did some white people feel threatened by the masculinity of, Sidney Poitier back in the day? Yes, probably so. Again, it goes to the fact that, hey, look, a lot of those early Hollywood films were more lily white. They really had a hard time really addressing race at all, basically. and if they did, it was not very great, or it's like, hey look, sometimes they were the simpling coward, or they were the scared black man who feared he didn't want to get lynched. Like 2016 was a fascinating year for documentaries here, folks. This will, considering I'm seeing this in 2017, it'll be counted. I'm going to do a special, best documentaries of 2017. But, wherever Baldwin is now, he's probably looking up, again, we have made great strides. We still have a ways to go, folks, before you can achieve total racial equality. So, folks, in the end, I Am Not Your Negro is super awesome. Clearly seek this film out whenever you can. Now, I think this is probably going to be playing on Independent Lens. It's as a PBS show sometime in the near future. If you don't see it in theaters, check that out on PBS. So, folks, what did you think of I Am Not Your Negro? Did you happen to like this film? Do you not care for it at all? What was your favorite documentary film of last year? What's your favorite documentary film of the last 10 years? Please tell me that. Put that in the comment section, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. Go places, folks. I'll see you next time, folks. Yay.